Alright guys, welcome back to Grid Life at Gingerman Motorsports and Music Festival. This is one of the best car events I've ever seen. Yesterday though, it was raining all day, so it was rough. I thought that it would be a good opportunity to test the M235 all-wheel drive. What up?
Second window,
Yep.
Yep. Thank you, sir.
Yep. I'm putting the windows back up. I thought it would be a good time to test the all-wheel drive 235 in the wet. It turns out it wasn't very good in the wet. But in the event I just was driving badly, or in the event, I don't know, something else happened, I figured I'd give it another shake in the dry, and maybe it has some redeeming qualities after all. I can actually, you know, brake in braking zones as opposed to really just trying to not go off the end of the racetrack. Okay. Well, in the dry, I can certainly use the car more, that's for sure. Double apex. Okay. Well, the car it's certainly much better in the dry because I can actually use the grip of the Pilot Super Sport tires. A little bit of understeer there, but from all four wheels, not just... Oh, I can use so much more throttle now. This is better. Again, the gearing of the automatic is a little bit mismatched to this racetrack. I find myself shuffling gears a bit. Oh, but this is a fine racetrack in the dry, though, isn't it? Big, fast, nice open sweepers. Look at that, progressive understeer. 6,500 RPM red lines changing up. Already it's much better. This all-wheel drive system is clearly there for safety, not for performance. But when you're going out to drive in a performance fashion, in the dry, not bad. Steering's a little heavier than it probably needs to be. Almost artificially heavy. Oh, but it turns in and it actually does rotate a little bit there. Get down to that apex. Oh, missed it. This is very clearly an open track session. Not my favorite place to test cars, but maybe we can get around somebody. Maybe the 235 will surprise us. Maybe this Lotus Cup, which is not likely. Well, the good news is if you tug the downshift paddle and it doesn't quite have the revs for it, when you brake enough to get the revs for it, it will give you the gear. Thank you, sir. Well, maybe this thing is fast after all. Maybe it just didn't like the wet. Very fast Subaru on my trail. I'm gonna give him a point by. Yeah, that's a race car. He can have the buy there. That's acceptable. Oh, maybe he knows this line better than me too. I'll follow him through that line. I'm flat to the floor here. No rotation from the back end, even with stability control fully off. The all-wheel drive car is not a drift car. It just stuck and came right around there. So good for it. Good for the 235. Can I get a point by from the Miata? Yes. Will not get a point by. Ooh, boy, for that FRS. Came very close to blowing that braking zone. Whoops. I was going for the pass, but I just ran out of room. Point by here on the inside. Okay, thank you, sir. Brake pedal getting a little bit soft as I'm getting deeper and deeper into those brakes. There's what appears to be a very aerodynamically enhanced Civic in front of me. Focus required as there's traffic on both sides of me, front and back, but the grip as I get on the throttle earlier is quite good. I mean, really, no misbehaving from the back. Despite the lack of a limited slip differential, I'm a bit impressed with it in the dry. It's a completely different character in the dry. The all-wheel drive system, you know, isn't trying to constantly shuffle power back and forth in a way that I don't like. Here it just is driving more like a BMW, actually. There we go, full throttle from here. Hear that Civic's turbo spooling up. Wow, he's just walking away from me on the straightaway, isn't he? Oh, rubber being shot up at me. This is a fine race course. I do not expect a point by from this Civic. It's very, very quick. Braking at the 3 board there as opposed to basically what would be the 5 yesterday, because the grip in the braking zones was nasty. Do you know something I don't know about this Apex Civic? That's a weird line to take there. Is this a point by? Yes. Well, one thing can be said for sure. Both this racetrack and this car are much more enjoyable in dry weather than in the wet. Oh, and we've got an Integra off in the grass there. Oh, here's the point by from the Jetta. That's Austin when he's an instructor here. He was killing it in the wet yesterday in that car. Oh, this is a crowded circuit at the moment. Not an ideal situation for reviewing cars. It's kind of a lot to think about at once, frankly. Most people have the luxury of not having to talk. Oh, we have a Porsche stopped on track. What is he doing? A bit of a shit show here at the end of this session. Man, the Pilot Super Sports in the dry are really giving me a lot of grip. It powers out of that nice sweeper. Oh, fire from the Civic. Cars that shoot fire are better than cars that don't shoot fire. It's just a rule. It's science. Brake pedal's getting a little swishy now as I really haul this thing down in traffic. Man, that's a fast little Civic. I've caught up to some traffic. Oh, I got a blue flag to let me pass from the Civic, or unless that's for me to allow this Subaru by, and I'll give him a point by. That's a race car. Yep, that smells like 100 octane. Whoa. Some diving going on. There's actually a Lemons car on the track right now. 2 cars in front. Is this Civic letting me by? What's going on? I got a point by. And a point by from the Lemons car. And I have another Lotus Exige Cup on my ass. A little rotated under braking. That's the first time this car has done any kind of rotation under braking. And I am happy for it. It only took 4 laps to get there. Yep. All right. Oh, that is a car spun out on track. I am going to give this Lotus race car a point by. Go ahead. I'm going to cool it down. Brakes are getting hot, and I think we've established that this car is much better in the dry than it is in the wet. The all-wheel drive system in the dry, other than not making the car somewhat undrifty, really doesn't affect how it drives. It doesn't shuffle power around in a weird way, and that's cool. I'm about that. So I'm glad I got to give it another shake. I think that my wet evaluation was fair, because same driver, same track, different day, different conditions, and the car got much, much better. So I will give credit where it's due. The 235 M Sport all-wheel drive is better in the drive. See you next time.